in the business. It's a hallmark album. It's a pivotal album in my life, so I wanted to make it pretty special. So just to record a bunch of songs, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So every song on this album has got a significant story behind it. For instance, you remember Michael Jackson's song, Ben?
I was reading about this, because it's quite a fascinating story in it.
That was actually written for me. I was supposed to sing that song, and the reason I didn't is because I was on tour with my brothers. Ooh, that looks really good.
Yep.
Yeah. And, sorry, a little ADD here.
Yeah,
and I was on tour with my brothers. They had to finish the movie. So they said, well, let's just get Michael Jackson to sing it. He's available. He's got a high voice. Why not?
Because that was one of his first...
It was his first #1 solo record.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Michael about this. It was... Our lives paralleled so much back in the 70s. So he took my song, but I actually took one of his songs. My first #1 record, One Bad Apple, was written for the Jackson 5. So it's interesting how fate kind of...
But you were great friends throughout, you know, when he was alive as well. You were great.
We were good mates.
Because he gave you some good advice as well, particularly in the hard times when, you know, after the 70s, that lull of the 80s, you're trying to reinvent yourself. And some horrendous things. So you were told to sort of make up stories and to get rid of the squeaky clean image, all manner of different
even Michael even told me to change my name. He actually did. He said, Donny, your name is poison.
How was that going to work then?
I don't know. So he said, and this was, it's a funny story. I was over at his house, and he says, I've got to go to meet Quincy over at A&M Records. Do you want to come with me? I want to play you this album. It's called Thriller. I was one of the first ones to hear it.
Really?
So he had this little cassette.
Yeah.
And we hopped in his Rolls Royce. He was a terrible driver, by the way.
Chris is looking, going, what's a cassette? What's one of them things?
And so we're in his Rolls Royce, and I'm listening to Thriller. And I'm thinking, this is going to be huge. This is unbelievable. And then I said, Michael, how do I get back on the charts? How do I get back there? And that's when he said, Donny, you got to change your name. And I told him he's got to change his clothes, and I think he thought I said nose.
Yeah, right. We like that one. So give us the name of the album. What's it called?
The Soundtrack of My Life.